Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you may shatter everything you've been taught about money. You've been told all your life, work hard and you'll be rewarded. But if that were true, every exhausted soul would be a millionaire, and every sleepless worker would live in abundance. Yet look around, the world is full of people who grind day and night, but the money never seems to stay. The truth is simple and yet profound. Money doesn't follow hard work. It follows alignment. You see, money is not a reward for labor, it is a reflection of vibration. It flows to the ones whose thoughts, emotions, and actions move in the same rhythm as abundance itself. You can't work your way into prosperity while thinking thoughts of lack. You can't hustle your way to wealth while doubting your own worth. Your outer effort will never overpower your inner energy. When you are aligned, truly aligned, something remarkable happens. Work no longer feels like struggle. The right ideas come to you effortlessly. Doors open without knocking. People appear at the perfect moment. Opportunities you once chased begin chasing you. Because alignment places you in the current of divine flow, and in that current, everything moves with ease. Hard work without alignment is like rowing against the river. You strain, you sweat, and you move only inches. But alignment turns the boat around, and the river itself carries you forward. This is why some people seem lucky. They are not lucky, they are aligned. They believe they are worthy, and the universe agrees. The energy you hold inside is your true currency. If your thoughts say, I can't afford it, your vibration locks the gate. If your heart says, I'm ready to receive, the gate swings open wide. The universe is not responding to your hours, it's responding to your harmony. So ask yourself today, am I working or am I aligned? Because when your soul is aligned with your calling, your work multiplies itself. A single inspired action in alignment carries the power of 100 forced efforts. That is divine mathematics, effortless increase through spiritual agreement. Faith is the greatest investment you can ever make. It's the seed that multiplies without toil. When you act from faith instead of fear, life bends to bless you. You'll find yourself guided, nudged, carried toward opportunities that match your vibration. Because the divine never forgets the one who remembers who they are. And who are you? You are not a struggler. You are not a beggar. You are not here to chase money, you are here to command it by your alignment with truth. Money listens to your energy, not your excuses. It flows to joy. It flows to gratitude. It flows to those who walk in purpose, not panic. So stop asking, how hard must I work? And start asking, how aligned am I? Release the fear that says you must fight for survival. Let go of the guilt that whispers you don't deserve abundance. You are part of divine supply itself, an endless stream of potential waiting to express through you. Work, yes, but work from inspiration, not desperation. Speak words that vibrate with faith. Think thoughts that mirror wealth. Feel gratitude until your heart glows with sufficiency, and then watch how quickly life rearranges itself to match your inner song. For the universe is not moved by struggle, it is moved by alignment. When you think abundance, speak abundance, and feel abundance, you become a living invitation for wealth itself. Remember this truth and let it echo in your heart. Money doesn't follow hard work. It follows alignment. And the moment you align with divine abundance, you'll discover money has been trying to find you all along. People all over the world have been taught that the only way to make money is through hard work, long hours, and sacrifice. From childhood, we are programmed with this belief that sweat equals success and struggle equals value. But what if this isn't true? What if money doesn't come as a reward for exhaustion, but as a reflection of energy? What if the universe operates not on labor, but on alignment? Many people are tired, burned out, and still wondering why the flow of money feels blocked. They believe that if they just work harder, Something will finally click. Yet life shows us again and again that some of the hardest working people barely make enough to survive, while others seem to attract abundance with grace and ease. The difference isn't luck. The difference is alignment. Alignment means that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are moving together in harmony with what you desire. It means that there's no inner conflict between what you want and what you believe you deserve. It means that you are no longer fighting the flow, but moving with it. You see, when your mind believes one thing and your energy says another, you create resistance. You can't attract what you secretly doubt. You can't manifest wealth while feeling unworthy of it. You can't open the door to abundance when fear and worry are guarding it. Alignment removes that resistance. It brings your outer effort and inner energy into perfect agreement, allowing money to flow naturally to you because you are no longer blocking it. Hard work without alignment is like planting seeds in dry soil. You may put in the hours, you may dig deep, you may water every day, but if the soil isn't fertile, nothing grows. When your energy is misaligned, your efforts scatter. You might take 10 steps forward, but feel like you're moving nowhere. You feel stuck, frustrated, and unseen, not because you aren't capable, but because your vibration doesn't match your intention. You can be doing everything right on the outside, while still holding a vibration of scarcity on the inside. That inner frequency speaks louder than all your actions combined. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract opportunities without even trying? They speak with calm confidence, they radiate certainty, and everything they touch seems to expand. These are people who are in alignment with abundance. They are not working harder than everyone else. They are simply working from a different level of consciousness. Their energy says, I am worthy, I am open, I am ready to receive. And the universe responds in kind. Because money, like every form of energy, flows where it feels welcomed and appreciated. It avoids resistance, doubt, and guilt. The tragedy is that so many people equate worthiness with labor. They believe they must earn permission to be wealthy. They see money as something to chase rather than something to align with. But you were not born to chase, you were born to create. The universe does not reward exhaustion, it rewards expansion. It doesn't respond to stress, it responds to energy. When you are in alignment, your actions carry divine efficiency. One inspired decision can open more doors than years of struggle. One clear intention can move mountains that hard work alone could never shift. Alignment is not laziness, it is precision. It is the art of tuning yourself to the same frequency as what you desire. When a musician plays a perfect note, it resonates, it fills the room effortlessly. The same is true with your energy. When your vibration matches the frequency of abundance, you resonate with money. It begins to notice you, to flow toward you, because you've entered its wavelength. That's why some people can turn a simple idea into a fortune, while others work tirelessly without progress. The universe doesn't pay attention to hours, it listens to energy. Hard work has its place, but it is meant to be guided by intuition, not fear. Work inspired by alignment feels alive, it feels creative, joyful, and fluid. You don't dread it, you are fueled by it. Your work becomes an expression of who you are rather than a desperate attempt to prove yourself worthy. Alignment transforms work into play and play into prosperity. But when work comes from fear, fear of lack, fear of failure, fear of not being enough, it becomes heavy. It drains you. It pulls you out of flow and into struggle. And struggle does not attract abundance, it repels it. To be aligned with money, you must first be aligned with your own truth. What do you truly believe about wealth? Do you secretly think that rich people are greedy? Do you believe money is hard to earn? Do you feel guilty when you have more than others? These hidden beliefs are the real blocks. The universe mirrors your inner world. If deep down you believe money is dangerous, it will keep its distance. If you believe wealth comes through ease and purpose, it will arrive through those same channels. Alignment begins when you heal those inner contradictions. It's not about ignoring hard work, it's about elevating it. When your work is powered by alignment, it becomes sacred. Every action is infused with clarity. Every word carries intention. Every effort is multiplied because it comes from the vibration of abundance. You no longer work asterisk for asterisk money. You work asterisk with asterisk money. You partner with the energy of prosperity. You stop chasing and start magnetizing. That is the secret of effortless wealth, not doing more, but being more aligned with the essence of what you seek. You see, the universe is not withholding anything from you. It is responding to you. It is matching your signal moment by moment. If you're sending out the vibration of struggle, it sends you more situations that make you struggle. If you're sending out the vibration of sufficiency, it provides more than enough. That is how alignment works. It's not about what you do. It's about what you asterisk are asterisk while you do it. Your energy is your signature, your cosmic instruction to the field of abundance. The clearer your vibration, the faster the response. So many people ask, how do I get more money? When the real question is, how do I become the version of myself that already has it? Alignment is about embodying that version, now thinking, speaking, and feeling as though abundance is already yours. When you stop chasing and start aligning, life begins to organize itself around your vibration. The right people show up, the right ideas surface, the right timing unfolds, not because you forced it, but because you became a match for it. Every day, the universe whispers the same invitation. Asterisk, relax into alignment. Asterisk, stop pushing against the current. Stop trying to make money the hard way. Let your energy lead your effort. Let clarity lead your actions. You are not meant to live in lack. You are meant to express the abundance that already lives within you. When you remember this truth, your relationship with money transforms. It stops being something you chase and becomes something that flows easily, naturally, joyfully in harmony with who you are. That is the power of alignment. It is not about working harder. It is about working in harmony with divine flow. It is about remembering that the universe doesn't reward struggle. It rewards energy that matches its rhythm. And when you align yourself with that rhythm, you'll find that money was never missing. It was simply waiting for you to remember who you truly are, a vessel of limitless supply, already connected to infinite abundance. When you are in alignment with the energy of abundance, you begin to realize that manifestation is not about effort, it's about resonance. The world has glorified struggle for so long that most people have forgotten how to flow. We have been trained to believe that money comes only from sacrifice, that we must push, hustle, and fight to receive what we desire. But that belief system is the very wall that keeps abundance out. True wealth does not respond to tension, it responds to ease. It comes to those who move in rhythm with their purpose, whose thoughts and emotions match the vibration of prosperity. Alignment is the invisible bridge between the seen and unseen, between intention and manifestation. When you are aligned, you no longer chase, you attract. Imagine that money is a current of energy flowing through the universe, a stream that is always moving, always abundant, always available. When you are in alignment, your energy merges with that current. You step into the river and it carries you effortlessly. But when you are out of alignment, you stand on the shore watching the river pass you by. You might jump in and paddle against the flow, but the struggle exhausts you and eventually you're carried backward. The moment you relax, surrender, and align yourself with the flow, everything changes. Suddenly, You're moving forward without resistance, carried by a force far greater than your own effort. That is the power of alignment. Alignment is when your heart, mind, and spirit are in agreement with abundance. Your thoughts speak wealth, your emotions feel wealth, your actions express wealth, and the universe responds by matching that frequency. Money is not physical first, it is energetic. Before it appears in your hand, it vibrates in your field. You must call it forth with your vibration, not with your stress. It's not how hard you work that determines your abundance, it's how clearly you vibrate in harmony with it. When your inner world says yes to wealth, life finds 1,000 ways to deliver it to you. Think of a radio. When you tune it to a certain frequency, you hear the station that matches it. If you're off by even a little, the signal becomes static. That's how the universe works. Money, opportunity, and abundance are always broadcasting, but you can't receive their signal when you're tuned into worry, doubt, or scarcity. The clearer your frequency, the stronger the connection. You don't force the radio to produce sound, you simply align it. Likewise, you don't force the universe to give you money, you align yourself with its flow. The moment you align your energy with the feeling of abundance, you stop chasing and start magnetizing. You begin to notice synchronicities. The right person calls you, an unexpected payment arrives, an idea surfaces that leads to profit. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your vibration is aligned. The universe mirrors your inner state with perfect accuracy. It doesn't give you what you beg for. It gives you what you are being. If you feel desperate, it sends more reasons to feel desperate. If you feel abundant, it sends more evidence of abundance. This is why many people work tirelessly but never seem to get ahead. They may be putting in effort, but their inner dialogue is full of limitation. I can't afford that. Money is hard to earn. People like me don't get rich. These beliefs contradict their desires. They are asking for wealth with their words, but rejecting it with their energy. Alignment requires congruence. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions must all say the same thing. When they do, the universe moves mountains for you. Being aligned doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing the right things at the right time with the right energy. It's inspired action, not frantic action. It's following intuition instead of fear. When you act from inspiration, your energy is magnetic. You feel guided, creative, and certain. There's no heaviness, no dread. Things unfold smoothly because you are flowing with divine timing, not forcing against it. The more you stay aligned, the more effortless your success becomes. Alignment also requires faith that the unseen is already working in your favor. Most people lose alignment when results don't appear instantly. They begin to doubt, and doubt lowers vibration. Faith keeps you tuned to abundance even when the evidence hasn't shown up yet. It tells the universe, I trust the process. I know it's already mine. That trust holds your alignment steady and allows the flow to continue without interruption. When you are in alignment, even simple actions yield multiplied results. A single conversation can open a new path. A small idea can turn into a fortune. The universe amplifies your energy because it recognizes resonance. You are no longer trying to create from lack. You are creating from fullness, and from fullness all things expand. That is why alignment feels so peaceful. You no longer worry because you know everything is unfolding perfectly. You no longer chase because you understand that what is yours cannot miss you. You are simply allowing the flow to deliver what is already on its way. Money is drawn to clarity. It avoids confusion and fear. When you are aligned, your vibration says, I know who I am. I know what I desire. I know I am worthy of it. That kind of certainty has a magnetic power. It's not arrogance, it's divine confidence. It's the knowing that abundance is your birthright, not a prize you must earn through suffering. When your mind and emotions hold that truth, your actions become sacred expressions of creation rather than desperate attempts to survive. So understand this: alignment is not passive, it is powerful. It is the most efficient state of being. It's when the universe works with you, through you, and for you. You no longer push, you allow. You no longer doubt, you trust. You no longer fight for money, you invite it. Every thought becomes an affirmation. Every emotion becomes an offering. Every action becomes an act of faith. And in that faith, miracles happen. Opportunities flow, doors open, people appear, and money moves toward you with the same grace that sunlight finds the flower. The more you align with abundance, the more natural it feels. You begin to realize that money was never the goal, alignment was. Money simply follows that alignment, like a shadow follows light. When you live in harmony with your truth, you vibrate at the same frequency as all the good the universe has to offer. You stop living in survival and start living in creation. And then, the river of prosperity, which has always been flowing, finally carries you with it. You discover that abundance was never something you had to earn. It was something you had to align with. Belief is the silent architect of every financial reality. It is not the hours you work, nor the tasks you complete, but the beliefs you hold that decide whether money flows easily or struggles to reach you. Every person carries an invisible script, a set of thoughts repeated so often that they become law in the subconscious mind. And these beliefs, whether they come from childhood conditioning, social programming, or personal experiences, shape the vibration that money responds to. You can work from dawn till dusk, but if deep down you believe that money is scarce or that you are undeserving of wealth, your energy will repel the very abundance you seek. The universe doesn't respond to your words alone. It responds to the vibration behind them. You may say, "I want to be rich," but if your inner belief says, "I can't be," the belief will always win. We are taught early in life that success must be earned through struggle. Parents, teachers, and society repeat this message until it becomes an inner law. Nothing comes easy. You have to work twice as hard to make it. Money doesn't grow on trees. These sayings may sound harmless, but they plant seeds of limitation deep within the mind. And from those seeds grow habits of scarcity, constant worry, guilt for wanting more, and an unconscious rejection of abundance. The truth, however, is that the universe is infinitely abundant. Money is not limited, it is circulating everywhere. It is energy, and energy seeks channels that are open, not blocked by disbelief. A person's belief about money acts as a magnetic field. If you believe that money is good, that it flows easily, that it supports your purpose, that it multiplies joy and generosity, that is what you will experience. But if you see money as hard to get, corrupting, or scarce, you will live in reflection of that belief. The energy of the universe mirrors you with perfect precision. You can't hold one belief internally and expect to manifest the opposite externally. This is why people who secretly fear money can never keep it, and those who love and respect it always seem to attract more. To change your financial reality, you must first change your inner conversation. Every thought you think about money becomes an instruction to the universe. When you say, "I can't afford it," the universe agrees. When you say, "Money flows easily and frequently to me," it agrees just as quickly. The universe does not judge or choose for you, it reflects. It mirrors the tone of your belief. If you want to attract abundance, your thoughts must match abundance. Belief is the code that opens or closes the gate. Some people think affirmations don't work, but affirmations fail only when belief contradicts them. You can repeat, "I am rich," 1,000 times, but if deep down you feel fear every time you look at your bank account, your dominant vibration remains one of lack. Belief isn't words, it's energy. It's the feeling behind the words that carries power. When you say, "I am rich," and truly feel it when you believe it as truth before it becomes visible, that is when your vibration aligns with the frequency of wealth. Belief must move from the mind into the heart. Once your heart believes, your reality cannot resist the change. Many people think they need to do more to earn more, but the truth is, they need to believe differently. Doing more from a vibration of fear only multiplies struggle. But believing in abundance, in divine supply, in your worthiness transforms effort into expansion. A person aligned with belief can do in one inspired action what another cannot do in a lifetime of labor. Belief directs energy, energy directs results. Your outer world will always rearrange itself to match your inner convictions. Money is sensitive to belief. It's not drawn to those who chase it, but to those who trust it. It is not seduced by effort, but by faith. You've met people who seem to attract opportunities effortlessly. Their businesses grow, ideas flourish, doors open, and you wonder what secret they know. The secret is belief. They believe that life supports them. They believe that abundance is natural. They believe they are worthy of receiving, and their belief sends out a signal that calls money home. Their faith builds a bridge that effort alone could never build. There is a powerful truth here. Belief is the vibration of permission. When you believe, you are giving the universe permission to deliver. When you doubt, you are refusing its gift. Every time you say, "I don't know how I'll make it," you are closing the door. But when you say, "I know that money will find its way to me in perfect timing," you open the gates of supply. Your belief becomes a doorway through which abundance enters your life. You don't need to beg, you need to align. You don't need to chase, you need to believe. The most dangerous belief you can hold is the idea that you are unworthy of wealth. Many good-hearted people carry this wound. They think desiring money is selfish or materialistic. They believe they must choose between spiritual growth and financial success. But this is a false separation. Money is simply a tool, a mirror, that reflects the consciousness of the one who holds it. When used with love and purpose, it becomes a force for good. When you believe that you can do more good with more resources, you invite divine abundance to move through you. You become a channel for prosperity, not just for yourself, but for others. Belief transforms fear into faith, scarcity into sufficiency, effort into flow. When you change what you believe, you change what you attract. You stop struggling to make things happen and start allowing them to unfold. Your vibration becomes light, confident, magnetic. The world begins to respond to you differently because you are no longer projecting lack. You are radiating abundance. To align with wealth, you must guard your mind like a temple. Watch the thoughts you allow to enter. Question every belief that tells you wealth is hard, rare, or wrong. Replace those old ideas with new truths. Money is plentiful. I am worthy of prosperity. Abundance flows through me effortlessly. Repeat them until they feel natural, until they become your default vibration. Because once your subconscious believes them, your external world will mirror them faithfully. When your beliefs and desires agree, the universe rushes to fulfill them. No struggle is needed. Money begins to appear in expected and unexpected ways through inspired ideas, new opportunities, or simply better timing. You find yourself in the right place, meeting the right people, saying the right words. That is the magic of belief in alignment. It connects you with divine order, the invisible intelligence that orchestrates abundance. You were never meant to struggle for money. You were meant to remember that wealth begins in the mind, not in the wallet. Your belief is the magnet. Your work is the channel. The stronger your belief, the wider your channel becomes. So believe boldly, think richly, feel worthy, and trust completely. For when belief and alignment unite, money cannot help but follow. Money responds to clarity. It listens not to words, but to vibration, and vibration is born from focus. When your desires are scattered, your energy is divided, and divided energy produces divided results. Many people live in a fog of confusion about what they truly want. They say, "I want more money," but their energy carries the vibration of fear, uncertainty, and lack. They set goals, then doubt them. They visualize abundance, then worry about bills. This inner contradiction sends mixed signals to the universe, and the universe, being precise, mirrors that confusion back. The result is inconsistency. Sometimes money comes, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes opportunities appear and then vanish. But when you are clear, crystal clear, the flow of money becomes steady, because clarity cuts through chaos like light through fog. The universe is like a mirror. It reflects what you are being with perfect accuracy. When you send out a clear image, the reflection returns quickly. When the image wavers, the reflection becomes distorted. You can't attract abundance while focusing on lack. You can't ask for prosperity while vibrating with worry. Clarity means that your thoughts, words, and emotions speak the same language. You hold one vision and stand firm in it, regardless of temporary appearances. The person who is clear about what they want does not beg, chase, or doubt. They command their reality through conviction. They know that money is not random, it is responsive. When you say, "I want money," but secretly feel undeserving or fearful, your energy cancels your words. Money doesn't hear your sentences. It feels your frequency. It is drawn to certainty, to peace, to self, trust. Think of how a confident person naturally attracts respect. They don't have to demand it. Their energy speaks for them. The same is true for abundance. When you are clear in your desire and calm in your belief, your energy sends out a signal that says, "I am ready to receive." And the universe responds immediately because there is no resistance left. Clarity is not just about knowing what you want, it's about feeling it deeply. It's about seeing yourself already living the reality you desire and holding that image without wavering. When you visualize money flowing to you, when you speak as if it's already on its way, when you give thanks before it arrives, you are demonstrating clarity. You are saying to the universe, "I know this is mine." That certainty accelerates manifestation. Confusion delays it. The more you doubt, the more you push what you want away. The more you focus, the faster it comes toward you. Most people are unclear because they are ruled by fear. They fear not having enough. They fear losing what they have, and they fear wanting too much. These fears fog the mind and distort the signal. The energy of fear says, "I don't trust life," and the universe, ever obedient, reflects that mistrust. The way to restore clarity is through faith. Faith is focus without fear. It is the unwavering knowing that what you desire is already yours in spirit, waiting only for you to align in belief. When you replace doubt with faith, the fog lifts and the path becomes visible. You no longer have to chase. You are guided step by divine intuition. Clarity is power because it simplifies energy. When you are clear, every thought, every word, every action is aligned toward one direction. There is no wasted motion. You begin to notice that the right opportunities appear at the perfect time, that doors open effortlessly, that people and resources find you instead of the other way around. This is not coincidence. It is the natural consequence of focused vibration. You have become a clear channel for abundance to flow through. Think of sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. The light itself is gentle, but when focused, it gains power enough to start a fire. Your energy works the same way. When scattered, it warms but doesn't transform. When focused, it ignites creation. The fire of manifestation burns brightest in the heart of clarity. That is why money follows those who know exactly what they want and why they want it. The universe does not resist clarity, it rushes to fulfill it. You can see this truth in the lives of those who are deeply aligned with purpose. They rarely appear frantic or desperate, yet everything they need seems to flow to them. Their clarity becomes their magnet. They don't wonder if their dreams will happen, they know. That knowing creates an atmosphere where money feels safe to land. Because money, like any form of energy, thrives in certainty. It avoids confusion and chaos. It flows toward peace and direction. When you lack clarity, your vibration becomes unstable. One day you are full of faith, the next day full of doubt. One moment you see yourself wealthy, the next you imagine failure. This inconsistency sends a scrambled signal to the field of creation. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station while constantly changing the dial. You'd hear nothing but static. That's how most people manifest. They send one message today, another tomorrow, and wonder why results are delayed. The universe is not punishing them. It's simply waiting for a clear, consistent signal. Once you hold one frequency long enough, manifestation locks in. Clarity is born in silence. You cannot discover what you truly desire amid noise, comparison, or fear. You must go inward, sit in quiet and ask, what do I truly want? What feels right to my soul? What am I ready to receive? The answers come not through logic, but through intuition, a knowing that feels peaceful and true. When you act on that knowing, your vibration aligns with divine guidance. Your energy becomes organized, coherent, and powerful. That is when the universe begins to move with you, not against you. Money loves order. It flows through structure, through clarity, through intention. A confused mind cannot hold wealth because confusion leaks energy. But a clear mind builds momentum. Each focused thought becomes a step on the bridge between the invisible and the visible. When your intention is clear and your belief unwavering, you become unstoppable. You realize that manifestation is not about luck. It's about alignment with clarity. So whenever you feel uncertain or anxious about money, pause. Don't react. Don't spiral into fear. Instead, ask yourself, what do I truly want to experience? What does financial freedom look and feel like to me? Then hold that picture, nurture it, breathe it into existence with calm conviction. That picture is your blueprint. The clearer it becomes, the faster it materializes. Clarity transforms chaos into creation. It turns struggle into flow, doubt into knowing, waiting into receiving. The universe does not withhold, it simply mirrors. When you are clear, you become a mirror of abundance itself. You no longer search for wealth outside of you, you radiate it from within. The path ahead becomes illuminated, not because it suddenly appeared, but because your inner vision finally sharpened enough to see it. And in that light of clarity, money moves swiftly, faithfully, endlessly toward you. Most people have been taught to chase money as if it were a prize given to the hardest worker. But money doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to energy, belief, and alignment. The truth is, many people are exhausted not because they're lazy or incapable, but because they've been running in the wrong direction. They've been working harder, not wiser. They've been forcing, pushing, and striving, when what they truly needed was to align their inner world with the frequency of abundance. Hard work can produce income, but alignment produces flow. When your energy matches your intention, things begin to move effortlessly. Ideas, opportunities, and wealth come together in ways that logic alone can't explain. Alignment is that sacred point where your thoughts, feelings, and actions all speak the same truth. It's the difference between chasing and attracting, between surviving and thriving. When you are aligned, you no longer move from fear, obligation, or desperation. You move from inspiration. Your work becomes joyful, not draining, because it springs from a place of inner truth. The universe recognizes that vibration instantly. It feels like calm power, steady, confident, magnetic. You don't have to scream for abundance. You whisper your desire, and the universe leans in to listen. People often believe that money only comes through endless labor. They believe they must sacrifice peace for prosperity, but this is an illusion created by the fear of lack. True abundance doesn't require you to burn out, it requires you to tune in. When your energy aligns with your vision, the path becomes smoother because you're no longer resisting life, you're flowing with it. Alignment removes friction. It dissolves the inner contradictions that block money's flow. You stop sending mixed signals like, "I want more money," followed by, "but I'm afraid I'll lose it." You stop trying to control every outcome and begin to trust divine timing. Imagine your life as a river. When you're aligned, you're floating with the current, guided, supported, and effortlessly moving forward. When you're misaligned, you're paddling upstream, struggling, sweating, and barely moving. Both people might be in the same river, but one is fighting and the other is flowing. The one who flows gets there faster, not because they worked harder, but because they allowed life to carry them. That's what alignment does. It makes success inevitable, not exhausting. You align by choosing peace over panic, faith over fear, and clarity over confusion. Each choice you make either strengthens or weakens your alignment. Every time you trust that things are working for you, even when appearances say otherwise, you reinforce your energetic alignment with abundance. Every time you practice gratitude for what you already have, you signal to the universe that you are in harmony with prosperity. Gratitude, after all, is one of the highest frequencies there is. It attracts more to be grateful for. Money doesn't come because you chase it. It comes because you are in harmony with it. You cannot attract what you resent. You cannot magnetize what you fear. You cannot hold on to what you feel unworthy of. Alignment is the process of healing those internal blocks, those old stories that whisper, "I'm not enough," or "it's too hard," or "I don't deserve this." You replace those thoughts with truth. "I am worthy. I am capable. I am abundant." And the moment you believe that, life begins to rearrange itself to match your new vibration. People start calling. Opportunities show up. Doors open that were once closed. This isn't magic, it's energy responding to energy. Everything in this universe vibrates at a certain frequency, including money. When your thoughts and emotions are vibrating at frequencies of scarcity, worry, or guilt, you're out of sync with the energy of abundance. But when you shift into frequencies of gratitude, confidence, and joy, you become an energetic match for prosperity. Suddenly, you find yourself in the right place at the right time more often. You start noticing possibilities that were invisible before. That's the power of alignment. It sharpens your perception and amplifies your magnetism. Hard work is physical energy. Alignment is spiritual energy. When you combine both, you become unstoppable. Hard work without alignment is struggle. Alignment without action is wishful thinking. But when your inspired action flows from a place of alignment, your work becomes sacred. You no longer work for money, money works for you. Every task, every step, every decision becomes infused with purpose. The universe rushes to support those who move from this energy because their actions serve both self and spirit. People often ask, "How do I know if I'm aligned?" The answer is simple. How does it feel? Alignment feels light, expansive, peaceful. Misalignment feels heavy, tense, frustrating. When you're aligned, even challenges seem to work in your favor. When you're misaligned, even simple things feel like battles. Your emotions are your compass, they always tell the truth. If something feels forced, pause and realign. If something feels inspired, follow it boldly. That's your inner guidance system leading you toward abundance. You do not have to chase what you can attract. You do not have to force what's already flowing toward you. When you stop fighting the current, money begins to find you in natural, joyful ways. The people who seem lucky are simply aligned. Their vibration is tuned to the frequency of prosperity, so money flows through them easily. And that's available to anyone, including you, the moment you decide to release struggle and choose flow. When you live in alignment, your outer world starts reflecting your inner harmony. You stop attracting chaos and start magnetizing clarity. You notice that the same actions now yield greater results because your energy is clean. You are no longer working against yourself. Alignment turns your entire life into a magnet for miracles. And that is the secret. Money doesn't follow exhaustion. It follows expansion. It doesn't follow stress. It follows serenity. It doesn't follow confusion. It follows clarity. It doesn't follow hard work. It follows alignment. So take a deep breath and remember, you are not here to chase abundance. You are here to align with it. The moment you do, everything that once felt out of reach begins to move toward you with grace and speed. Life opens up, opportunities unfold, prosperity becomes effortless. Because when you are aligned with your truth, money can finally find its way home to you. When you understand that money is not earned through force, but received through frequency, your entire relationship with it changes. You begin to see that wealth isn't a destination, it's a vibration. You don't chase it, you become it. Everything in this universe operates on vibration, and money is no exception. Money vibrates on the frequency of abundance, ease, and flow. It is never desperate, never rushed, never fearful. It moves where it feels welcomed, where the energy is open and expansive. If your vibration is filled with anxiety, fear, or guilt, you're not rejecting money consciously but energetically. You're closing the door to it. Money responds to emotion more than effort. You can take massive action, but if your emotion carries the energy of lack, that action becomes a struggle. Yet when your emotion carries the energy of abundance, even small actions produce powerful results. That's why two people can do the same work, but one thrives while the other barely survives. The difference is not skill, it's vibration. The one aligned with joy, confidence, and gratitude naturally magnetizes wealth because their energy says, I am ready, I am safe, I am open to receive. The one filled with fear, doubt, or resentment repels it unknowingly because their energy whispers, I don't believe it's possible. The key is to master your frequency, to tune your inner state to abundance before the money arrives. This is what it means to act as if you feel wealthy, grateful, and fulfilled even before the evidence appears. You celebrate the invisible blessings as if they were already tangible. That energy sends a clear signal to the universe. I already possess the vibration of wealth. And because energy always seeks its match, material wealth begins to show up to mirror your inner abundance. The outer world always follows the inner world, not the other way around. Vibration is not about pretending, it's about aligning. You don't fake abundance, you remember it. You reconnect with the truth that you are already connected to infinite supply. The same power that makes the stars shine and the oceans move flows through you. The same intelligence that sustains the universe knows exactly how to guide wealth into your life if you allow it. When you vibrate at peace, you're in sync with that intelligence. When you vibrate in fear, you resist it. That's why stillness is so powerful. When your mind quiets, your energy stabilizes, and that stability becomes magnetic. You've probably noticed that when you're calm and confident, things tend to go right. Conversations flow, people respond positively, and unexpected blessings appear. That's because your vibration is harmonious. You're not pushing against life, you're harmonizing with it. Money loves harmony. It flows where there is balance and confidence. When you radiate calm certainty, the quiet knowing that everything you need is already on its way, you become irresistible to abundance. The universe mirrors your serenity with supply. The fastest way to raise your vibration is through gratitude. Gratitude instantly shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, and that shift expands your energy. It tells the universe, I already see the abundance in my life. And when you appreciate what you have, you make space for more to arrive. Every time you give thanks for the money you do have, no matter how small, you vibrate at the frequency of abundance. Gratitude multiplies whatever it touches. It is the bridge between scarcity and wealth. Another powerful way to align your vibration is through joy. Joy is not a reward for success, it's the path to it. When you prioritize joy, when you do what lights you up, when you speak kindly to yourself, when you follow inspiration, your vibration naturally rises. You move from survival mode into creation mode. Money responds to that. It flows toward people who are in love with life. Think about it. Who would you rather give to? Someone heavy, fearful, complaining, or someone radiant, grateful, and alive? The universe feels the same way. It gives to those who vibrate with joy because joy is proof of alignment. Your vibration also expands when you trust. Trust is magnetic. It is the frequency of knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you can't yet see the evidence. When you trust, you release resistance. You stop clinging to control and allow divine timing to work its magic. You stop demanding how, and simply rest in it is done. This surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means aligning your energy with infinite wisdom. You're saying to the universe, I trust your process more than my fear. And the universe always rewards trust with visible proof. Remember, vibration speaks louder than words. You can affirm abundance all day, but if you're vibrating with fear, those words fall flat. True manifestation happens when your vibration and your words agree. When you say, I am abundant, and your energy radiates peace, that's when the universe listens. Because vibration is the language of creation, it's the frequency through which everything is communicated. Your job is not to chase outcomes, but to sustain the vibration of already having them. When you master your vibration, you stop reacting to the outer world. You no longer panic when money seems slow or fear when bills arrive. You stay steady, knowing that your vibration controls your reality. The moment you drop into fear, you lower your frequency and delay your blessing. The moment you return to peace, you realign with abundance. The universe doesn't punish or reward, it simply reflects. You are the transmitter, and your reality is the echo. So if you want more money, don't just work harder, vibrate higher. Choose gratitude over grievance, peace over panic, joy over judgment, trust over tension. Every time you do, your frequency sharpens and your magnetism grows stronger. You become a living broadcast of abundance, and when that happens, money no longer feels distant. It begins to flow naturally through expected and unexpected channels because your vibration has finally become its match. When you vibrate wealth, wealth vibrates back. When you radiate gratitude, life showers you with blessing. When you live from alignment, money follows effortlessly. This is not luck, it's law. The universe cannot resist a clear, confident, grateful vibration. And once you embody that state, you'll see what was true all along. Money doesn't create happiness. Happiness creates money. Your vibration is the real currency of life, and once it's rich, everything else follows. Money doesn't come to those who chase it with desperation. It comes to those who move with conviction, calm, and purpose. When you are aligned with your inner power, you stop begging the universe and start commanding it through faith. Faith is the highest form of vibration. It's the unwavering knowing that what you desire already exists in the unseen, waiting for your belief to bring it into form. Most people ask for abundance but vibrate with fear. They affirm wealth but secretly doubt it. They pray for opportunities but worry about losing them. This split energy confuses the universe. Faith, however, unites it all. It bridges the gap between thought and manifestation. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is not hoping something might happen. It is knowing it already has asterisk. It is walking as though the promise is already fulfilled, even before you see proof. When you live in faith, your energy says, I trust life. I trust divine timing. I trust that everything I desire is on its way. That calm assurance is magnetic. The universe always responds faster to the vibration of certainty than the energy of worry. Worry pushes things away. Faith pulls them closer. Many people misunderstand faith as something passive, as if it means simply waiting and doing nothing. But real faith is deeply active. It inspires movement. It births inspired ideas and bold action. Faith doesn't sit idly. It knows asterisk, and therefore asterisk acts asterisk in alignment with that knowing. When you have faith in abundance, you stop working from panic and start working from peace. You begin to make decisions from trust instead of fear. And when your choices flow from faith, money flows with them, because faith removes resistance. And resistance is the only real block between you and prosperity. Faith is your permission slip to receive. The moment you truly believe that you deserve abundance, that you are one with divine supply, the flow begins. It's as if invisible gates open. You start attracting people, circumstances, and ideas that align perfectly with your vision. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer strive, you allow. This is the divine paradox of manifestation. When you stop needing something, it arrives more easily. Faith neutralizes need, because faith knows asterisk. It doesn't doubt, it doesn't beg, it doesn't plead. It simply stands in certainty, and that certainty becomes a magnet. Faith changes your energy completely. When you believe deeply, your tone, your presence, your words all shift. You move differently, slower, more confidently, more gracefully. You no longer rush. You no longer compete. You no longer compare. You are content within your knowing, and that calm energy sends a powerful message to the universe. I already have what I need. The universe mirrors that truth back to you through opportunities, resources, and abundance. Doubt is the enemy of wealth, not because it makes you unworthy, but because it lowers your vibration. Doubt creates delay. Imagine placing an order with the universe and then canceling it every other day. That's what doubt does. It keeps resetting your manifestation. Faith, however, keeps the order in place. It says, I trust the process, and let divine timing handle the rest. Faith doesn't demand instant results. It enjoys the journey. It celebrates the unfolding. It knows that everything is already being arranged for your highest good. There's a divine rhythm to life, a sacred flow that faith taps into. When you're in faith, you feel supported, even when nothing visible has changed yet. You can smile in the middle of uncertainty because you know abundance is already on its way. You become unshakable. That is true power, not the power of control, but the power of trust. Faith gives you access to that peace. It anchors you in a vibration so steady that even temporary setbacks cannot move you. Faith also opens the channel of intuition. When you trust in divine order, your inner guidance becomes sharper. You start hearing the whispers of direction. Call this person. Take that step. Say yes to this opportunity. A faith quiets the noise of fear, so you can hear the voice of wisdom. That guidance is what leads you directly to the opportunities that expand your wealth. The universe doesn't speak in panic, it speaks in peace. And faith is the frequency that lets you hear it clearly. Faith also transforms how you view challenges. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you recognize them as divine preparation. Every delay, every detour, Every closed door is simply guiding you toward alignment. Faith allows you to stand tall during the storm and say, even this is working for my good. That energy of unwavering confidence attracts miracles because miracles are born in the soil of belief. You can feel the difference between a person who lives in fear and one who lives in faith. The fearful person's energy is frantic, uncertain, and scattered. They chase results, worry about time, and doubt their worth. The faithful person's energy is calm, magnetic, and grounded. They know who they are, they trust what's theirs, and they move with quiet confidence. And because energy never lies, money is drawn to the latter. Wealth is not a reward for effort, it's a reflection of vibration. When you are in faith, you stop saying, I'll believe it when I see it, and start living by, I'll see it when I believe it. That shift turns you from a seeker into a creator. You stop reacting to the world and start shaping it. You stop waiting for evidence of abundance and start embodying it. And once you embody it, the evidence comes effortlessly. Faith turns invisible wealth into visible form. It turns ideas into opportunities, dreams into reality, and intentions into income. Faith transforms your vibration from I hope it happens to it's already done. And that energy is unstoppable. Money feels safe around faith because faith is stable. It doesn't waver with the weather of circumstance. It stays rooted in the truth that divine supply never runs out. So strengthen your faith. Feed it daily with gratitude, with vision, with positive expectation. Speak as if it's already yours. Walk as if it's already done. Feel as if it's already arrived. Because the moment your faith outweighs your fear, abundance can no longer be kept from you. The universe has no choice but to respond not to your words, not to your work, but to your unwavering vibration of belief. That is the secret. Money doesn't follow anxiety, it follows assurance. It doesn't follow effort, it follows expectation. It doesn't follow fear, it follows faith. When you live from that truth, you become unstoppable. You become a living example of divine prosperity in motion, proof that faith, when fully aligned, moves mountains and opens every door to abundance. Money responds to the energy of self, worth not the words, not the work, but the asterisk worth. Asterisk, the way you see yourself sets the limit for what you allow yourself to receive. You can hustle all day and pray all night, but if deep down you don't believe you deserve abundance, it will never stay. The universe cannot deliver beyond the boundaries of your self-concept. You are always manifesting what you believe you're worthy of. The vibration of worthiness is the foundation upon which wealth is built. Without it, money slips through your fingers, opportunities disappear, and success feels temporary. But when you rise into the frequency of deserving, everything changes. Money begins to stay, multiply, and flow naturally toward you, because you've become a safe home for abundance. Think of money as a mirror. It reflects back how you truly feel about yourself. If you feel unworthy, it avoids you. If you feel guilty about having more than others, it hesitates. If you believe that wealth makes you greedy, it distances itself. But if you see yourself as someone valuable, generous, and deserving, money recognizes that energy as its match. It flows towards self-respect, not self-rejection. This is why raising your income always begins with raising your self-image. You must stop seeing yourself as someone asterisk trying asterisk to be worthy and start knowing that you already are. Self-worth is not arrogance, it's alignment. It's standing in the truth of your divine identity, that you were created from abundance itself, and therefore you are never separate from it. The air doesn't beg for oxygen, and you don't have to beg for prosperity. You were born with it encoded in your being. But society teaches you to doubt that truth. You're told to play small, to settle, to feel guilty for wanting more. And so, unconsciously, you build walls around your blessings. You speak of abundance while secretly fearing you're asking for too much. You dream of wealth while judging others who have it. You long for financial freedom, but keep repeating stories like, "I can't afford that," or "I'm not lucky like them." These words may sound harmless, but energetically they signal unworthiness. To shift this, you must start speaking to yourself as someone who deserves to receive, not because you've worked enough hours, but because you are enough as you are. When you see yourself through the eyes of divine worth, the world begins to mirror that back. People treat you differently. Opportunities show up in alignment with your value. Money finds its way to you through channels you never imagined. You don't chase it, you magnetize it through your vibration of confidence and self-love. Self-worth changes the tone of your energy. When you believe you are worthy, you stop settling for less in relationships, in work, in how you treat yourself. You no longer say yes out of fear or accept scarcity out of guilt. You hold your head high and move with quiet certainty. That energy commands respect not through force, but through frequency. Money, like all energy, respects boundaries and confidence. It flows where it feels safe, appreciated, and honored. If you keep doubting your value, you repel it. But the moment you decide, I am enough, I am capable, I am worthy of all the good in this world, the universe rearranges itself to reflect that truth. The vibration of worthiness also affects how you receive. Many people block abundance because they don't know how to receive it. When someone offers help, they refuse. When an opportunity comes, they hesitate. When they get paid, they downplay it with its nothing. These small moments reveal big beliefs that say, "I don't deserve this." But receiving is a sacred act of alignment. Every time you allow yourself to receive with gratitude, you tell the universe, "I am open, I am ready, I trust the flow." The more you receive joyfully, the more the universe sends. Money doesn't measure your value, it amplifies your belief in it. If you see yourself as abundant, money becomes a tool for expansion. If you see yourself as lacking, it becomes a symbol of struggle. That's why true prosperity begins within. You don't become wealthy by earning more, you become wealthy by believing more. You begin to feel rich in your spirit before it ever shows up in your account. You treat yourself with respect, invest in your growth, and surround yourself with energy that uplifts. And then, almost mysteriously, your outer reality begins to match your inner belief. The most magnetic people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest or the hardest. Working, they are the most self-assured. They walk into a room with a quiet, grounded energy that says, "I know who I am." That same energy attracts wealth. It's not about arrogance, it's about authenticity. When you truly own your worth, money feels safe with you because you are stable within yourself. You no longer chase validation or try to prove your value through possessions. You radiate value from within. Every time you say yes to your dreams, you affirm your worthiness. Every time you choose rest over burnout, you affirm your worthiness. Every time you celebrate your small wins, you affirm your worthiness. Each of these acts raises your vibration closer to the frequency of abundance. Self-worth is not a mindset you switch on once. It's a vibration you nurture daily through your thoughts, your boundaries, and your actions. When you finally realize that your worth was never in question, you stop trying to earn abundance and start allowing it. You stop forcing outcomes and start trusting flow. You stop fearing loss because you know that nothing truly meant for you can ever leave you. You become magnetic not because you try harder, but because you finally believe you deserve what's already yours. And that is when money begins to behave differently around you. It stops slipping away. It begins to stay, to grow, to multiply, because now your vibration says, "I am safe with wealth." You are no longer repelling it with guilt or chasing it with fear. You are embodying the truth that you were born worthy of every blessing life has to offer. So if you want to transform your finances, start with your reflection. Look yourself in the eyes and say it until you feel it. Asterisk, I am worthy of abundance. I am open to receive. I am enough. Asterisk, because the moment you believe it, not think it. But asterisk, no asterisk, it money will find you with ease. It always has been waiting for one thing, for you to remember your worth. When you truly align with abundance, you begin to understand that money is not the cause, it is the result. It is the reflection of your inner order, your clarity, your peace, and your confidence. People often chase after money as though it were a wild animal that must be hunted down, trapped, and captured. But here's the divine secret. Money comes to those who stand still long enough for it to recognize its home. It is drawn to harmony, to certainty, to a spirit that radiates worthiness. The universe does not reward noise. It rewards knowing. When you know that you are worthy, when you know that you are capable, when you know that life wants to prosper you, that knowing becomes magnetic. You no longer need to beg for opportunities, for they begin to beg for you. Look around at those who live in abundance. They are not always the ones who work the hardest. In fact, many of them are not the ones sweating and striving. They are the ones flowing. Their energy is calm, grounded, and assured. They move with grace because they know they are aligned with the frequency of prosperity. You see, alignment is not about working more hours. It's about working with clarity. It's about doing what is aligned with your true calling, the work that brings life through you, not the work that drains life from you. The man who digs a hole for 10 hours in the wrong place is not closer to his goal than the one who spends 1 hour in the right spot. The universe does not measure effort, it measures vibration. When you are in alignment, your actions are blessed with ease. Doors open without struggle. People appear at the perfect time. Ideas arrive in flashes. You begin to notice that life is not against you. It's dancing with you. But when you're out of alignment, even simple things become hard. You push, you force, you doubt, and you drain yourself trying to control outcomes that were never meant for you. Alignment removes resistance. It clears the fog and allows you to walk in confidence because you're no longer moving from fear, you're moving from flow. Many people believe they must prove their worth through exhaustion. They think that if they suffer enough, if they push hard enough, the universe will reward them out of pity. But the universe doesn't operate by pity, it operates by principle. You cannot attract abundance through lack, nor can you create wealth from a state of depletion. You must vibrate with the energy of what you wish to receive. If you want to attract money, you must feel abundant first. If you want to attract success, you must feel deserving first. If you want to attract opportunities, you must believe they already exist for you. This is not fantasy, it is spiritual law. The outer world always mirrors the inner. So let go of the belief that struggle is sacred. Struggle is not a badge of honor, awareness is. Working from alignment doesn't mean you stop working. It means your work becomes sacred. It becomes guided. It becomes joyful. You'll notice that things you used to dread now feel light. You may still put in effort, but it no longer feels like effort because your soul is in sync with your purpose. That's when money begins to flow like air, natural, continuous, and effortless. It's not something you chase, it's something you breathe. True wealth begins with inner peace. When your mind and spirit are aligned with the energy of ease and gratitude, money begins to show up as an expression of that alignment. It's not a reward for your labor, it's a reflection of your state. Think of it like this: when you are tuned to the right frequency, the station of abundance starts playing automatically. But if your thoughts are tuned to fear, doubt, and scarcity, you'll never hear that music no matter how hard you work. The volume of effort cannot overcome the wrong frequency. So the real question is not how can I work harder, But how can I align deeper? Ask yourself, am I in harmony with what I desire? Do I believe I deserve it? Do my thoughts, emotions, and words match the energy of abundance? Because money will always find the person who has made peace with it. If you secretly resent those who have it, if you fear losing it, or feel unworthy of having it, you are out of alignment. You cannot attract what you judge. You cannot receive what you resist. Alignment means accepting that wealth is not a privilege, it is your natural birthright. When you align your beliefs with abundance, the struggle ceases. You begin to notice synchronicities, the right person calling, the right door opening, the perfect opportunity unfolding. What once felt like coincidence becomes confirmation. You realize that money doesn't need to be chased, it needs to be allowed. It's like water, it flows to the lowest, calmest point. Be that calm, be that trust, be that open channel through which prosperity can pour. Remember, alignment is an act of surrender, not control. It's about stepping back from the noise of fear and stepping into the silence of faith. When you do, the universe responds in kind. Money, success, and abundance start to mirror that inner calm. And when that happens, life becomes a masterpiece, not because you